Hi, I'm Tam Wrigley and welcome back to the Wine O'Clock Show. This week on the couch we have the King of Queensland Talkback Radio, Mr Laurie Atlas, and my partner in crime, Helene Dyke. We chat about Queensland becoming two states, the Captain Cook invasion, Kardashian sex tape, and a whole lot more. It's going to be a great show, so grab yourself a wine, kick off those shoes, and enjoy this week's episode. So, welcome to the show, Laurie
Thank
Atlas,
you. Thank you.
King of Queensland Talkback Radio.
Oh, aren't you adorable? many might disagree with you. I can't think who, but
Yeah. Welcome to the show. Cheers. Happy Friday.
Cheers.
Happy 1 o'clock.
Happy Friday.
Helene, my partner in crime, is back again for another week.
I feel like I'm on the set of the Graham Norton show. This is good.
Cheers.
Yeah,
It
cheers.
is, isn't it? It does remind you of that.
Yeah. How much of this am I allowed to? Do you have one of
You
those
can have
chairs
one.
where you can we get to tip you over? The big-
No buckets, sorry.
No buckets, yeah.
You have to swallow.
The Qatar Australian Party ex-Labor MP Rob Pyne and Northern Australian Minister Senator Matt Canavan supported a public debate on creating a new Northern Queensland state. Queensland Minority Parliament joined together to back calls for a $15 million referendum into creating a new Northern Queensland state. Loz, what's your input?
I tell you what, it gets mooted every 2 years, doesn't it? About every 2 or 3 years. This is the Katter brothers have come up with this, or the Katter Party have come up with this, Shane Knuth and Robbie Katter, and I actually think Robbie Katter's been prodded by his dad.
Oh, really?
I've got a feeling that Big Bob wants to be Premier of something. I think he wants to be President or Premier of something. I think Bobby's going, hey, Rob, can you just bring up that cutting the state in half thing again? Because I could be Premier of that. And
Yeah.
you'd be really happy. And therein lies the humour of all of this. Because you've often with these issues, because this is never going to happen. It is
No.
never in a month of Sundays going to happen. So you have to look for the humour in it. And the humour of it is Premier Bob Katter.
Yeah.
That's the humour.
Is this just another way of, politicians wasting money?
Well, that's the other thing you need to look at. There would need to be more politicians.
Yeah.
We would need to have an infrastructure that would probably encompass, I think, about 20 politicians. And as most politicians say, one thing any state or country doesn't want is more politicians.
Definitely not. We've got enough as it is.
Yeah, and they acknowledge that. I was talking to Brittany Lauger, who's the member for Keppel, on the radio show a couple of days ago, and she said the last thing people want is more politicians, and because they cost us money. They cost us money. It's just more talk. It's just more chatter. It's more laws. It's more red tape. It's more everything's just more. More Easter chocolate. Fine. More days off? Fine.
More signs?
More signs?
Oh, hell
more
no.
politicians? No. That's where we draw the line. It's just not going to happen.
No.
Is there ever a week when the Kardashians aren't making headlines? A soon-to-be published book asserts that Kim Kardashian and her mother, Kris Jenner, conspired with Vivid Entertainment to release the stolen sex tape that helped make Kim famous. If true, and the Kardashians are denying it, the question is, what kind of mother leaks her own daughter's sex tape, guys?
I've got an issue with the Kardashians to start out with, so I'm not very fond, let's just say. But back in 2012, when the sex tape actually came out, apparently Paris Hilton, Kris and Kim had a talk and discussed that for her to become famous was to bring out a sex tape.
Who's Kris?
Kris Jenner.
Kris
Kris Jenner,
Yeah.
her mum.
Who
Yeah.
did become famous though? Kim?
For Kim to become famous,
Okay.
she needs to bring out a sex tape. That's how you become famous. The Kardashians are based on being famous, one, for nothing, two, and being so fake for everything that they do. Like I've said before, I shudder to think what the next generations are going to be brought up like. They're looking at these women and they're inspired by them. They want to be them. They are a bunch of pathological narcissists.
Do you know, it's a funny thing. I saw this on the rundown. And because my wife loves them. She finds them hilarious. She watches the show and don't think ill of her. She's actually rather lovely.
Yeah.
But she and quite smart.
Yeah.
But she does. She loves them. She finds them very, I'll use the word entertaining. And she may have even invested, although she's hardly ever watched them, I have to admit, she may have even invested in a DVD of a Kardashian wedding.
Really?
A couple of seasons, maybe.
Poke my eye out with a fork and watch
So would I. I choose red hot pincers. I'd even go as far as that. So we disagree on the Kardashians.
Yeah.
But it's funny, I actually thought I'd have a fight on my hands when I was giving the Kardashians a huge whack. Because what did you call them? Pathological narcissists?
Yes.
I thought that was what I was going to call them, and you were going to go, oh no, oh no. Look at it.
I don't. See, I have to disagree. I think that what they've done is very good marketing. Kris Jenner's the huge brains trust behind that
She
whole
has got
franchise.
no morals whatsoever, and if
that story's true, that she sold the sex tape, that she sold the sex tape to make her daughter famous. It doesn't surprise me. It also revolts me at the same time.
Despicable, it really is disgusting and despicable because
Would
what
have made
mother
for interesting
does
dinner
that?
conversation, wouldn't it?
Oh, I don't want to meet her because I'll have a few words
See,
to say to her.
I think Kris, although, you know, people sort of come down on her a lot, she is a very good businesswoman. She's made that family millions and millions of dollars.
Yeah,
Millions.
it's two ways. Yes, I think probably the Kardashians work at being famous quite hard, but to shortcut it with a sex tape, it's probably not the way to go.
It's not just that, they're just fake. Everything about them's fake, and they're saying to these young girls, you know, they're doing all the plastic surgery. There's nothing wrong with plastic surgery. I'm all for it. Like, I've got no qualms about that. But these girls are getting younger and younger and younger because, you know what? They want to look like the Kardashians. And
But the Kardashians don't do plastic surgery, do they?
Are you serious? Have a look. The mother had a full facelift for starters. They've all had Botox. They all had the...
I'm sure that Bruce Jenner's had a bit of plastic surgery.
Bruce has had a bit.
That is totally another subject with Bruce.
Would you consider putting your kids on a digital detox for the school holidays? And how do you think that they're going to react? I'm not sure it would go down so well. Guys, what do you think?
My daughter Giselle is an interesting soul, and I don't know whether this is good parenting or bad parenting. Currently she is obsessed with two things. The Rocky Horror Picture Show.
I love her already. That's my favourite. You need to meet her.
And David Tennant from Doctor Who.
Oh, really?
She's obsessed with two things. Oh, three, if you count the book The Fault in Our Stars and the movie. Yeah, which is a wonderful
She's an old
movie.
soul.
Yeah, but so if that's what she's doing, I'm okay with that. But yes, I'd love to see her go outside a lot more. And so we go out and walk the dog and things like that because she's not that sporty, I have to admit. But she's not on it enough. It worries me when you see them sit around playing too many video games. And can I just call them video games?
Video games.
Yeah. Anyway,
Xbox, PlayStation,
DVD games, are they?
I think you have to restrict it to an extent, but it's a different world, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, it's a different world.
I find I get really frustrated because my son, that's all he does. From the moment he wakes up to the moment he goes to bed, he wants to be on his computer, he wants to be on the Xbox, he wants to be on his if I say to him, Ash, you've had enough Xbox, he'll go, okay, and he'll turn that off and he'll come and turn the TV on and start watching TV. It's like...
Is that what all his friends are doing?
Yes. It's like, why can't you go outside and do something?
Do you know, essentially we are the first parents to have to deal with it though, because it's only a 10-year-old thing.
True.
So it's all new, and in fact, all this terrible stuff you hear about sexting and things like that. I had a terrible story on the radio show a couple of days ago about a girl harassed to send a nude photo, and she was only 13.
Really?
Right? And it's a long-winded story, and I won't tell you it today. But this boy threatened to cut himself if she didn't send him one, so she ultimately relented. Yes, she ultimately relented, and then to cut the story, to get to the quick punchline of the story, he then sent it out to everyone.
Of course he would have.
Yeah. And terrible story. But we are the first generation of parents, or first set of parents, who have to deal with this particular issue because of the iPhones, because of the access to it. Now, I suppose there's one way to deal with this. Schools, for a start, have to say, okay, you can bring your phones to school. We don't care about that, but you hand them in at the beginning of the day. If they ring, we'll answer them, but they'll be at the reception of the school.
They won't. They let them have them.
Yeah,
They do let them have them.
They do. They do let them have them.
Yeah.
You know, I remember as a kid, we used to be outside, especially on school holidays. We were at that door at 8:30 in the morning. We used to come home for lunch. We used to be back out that door, and we used to play all day. For me, it's really sad driving down streets and not seeing the kids out there playing.
It is sad.
It is really
Because we used to
sad.
play, like, you know, cricket in the street and all that
Softball,
sort of stuff.
everything in the street. We were always out in the street with a group of kids playing, and that's the thing. It's got to be for safety reasons.
Do you think, though, people are
Or
really
kids.
cranky now, though? Like, if you were to, you know, close, like, you know, if you live in a cul-de-sac and you're playing cricket out the front, you know, and you get those drivers that come down and they're really cranky because, you know, how, you know, you're playing bloody cricket in the street. Get off the, you know, get off the street.
Oh, I think we're
I'd
cranky.
laugh at it.
I think everyone's a little bit
We're
cranky
into
these
it
days.
these days.
Yeah. We forget, and yet we have so many more outlets for our anger. We have this little keyboard that, you know, we get so angry.
I call the keyboard warriors.
Yeah, you think we'd be less stressed, you know, because we're getting more of our anger out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree with you.
There's a lot of intolerance. I'm just
There is.
University students are being taught to refer to Australia as have been invaded by the British rather than discovered or settled, as history books have commonly suggested. Teaching guidelines for universities across the country suggest it's incorrect to say Captain Cook discovered Australia and inappropriate to say Aboriginals have lived here for 40,000 years. This is going to be a huge debate. Laurie, what are your thoughts?
They do, but it's the Queensland University of Technology who have put out guidelines as to how we teach university students about what Captain Cook actually did when he came to Australia, whether he discovered Australia or whether he invaded Australia. I mean, each to his own, who cares?
Yeah.
He came here, he thought, it's a nice place to park.
This is a nice bit of
Well,
land.
they didn't
I
know
like
that
it.
Australia existed. So to me, if they didn't know,
discovered it.
he discovered it.
Well,
He
I'll
didn't
tell you
know
what they
Australia.
thought. They thought back in 1770, they thought that if you sailed too far past Australia, you'd actually fall off the edge.
Yeah.
That's what they thought. That's how much they knew. So to say they invade, it means you need an opposing force. And they didn't know there was an opposing force, so they didn't invade, they discovered it. Isn't this a strange sort of moot point? This is the sort of nitpicking that John Howard used to talk about when he talked about the black armband
Yes.
theory, when he said, I won't apologise because I and the people of Australia that I represent don't have anything to apologise for. Look, I'm really sad about what happened in Tasmania when all the Aboriginals were killed. It was a terrible thing. It was a terrible thing.
That was before
We
our
hear-
time.
That's right. I'm horrified by the fact that Aboriginals were given the choice to either jump off that cliff over there or be shot. You take your choice. There is terrible things in our history. With the stolen children thing, you know, they honestly thought they were doing the right thing. It came from a good place. And I'm going to get pilloried for saying that, but it did. It came from a good place. These Christians thought they were doing the right thing. It turned out to be a terrible thing that happened to those families. Whether those children were better off without those families, that depends on whether you think that's another person's choice to make. Okay? But I didn't do it. You didn't do it.
No.
You didn't
No.
do it. And I don't see why. I'd be saying sorry my whole life. We now acknowledge their land.
But
every
sorry
time.
to who? To the new generations that are coming forward. Why are we saying sorry to them?
I understand.
Yeah, we
I
don't
fully
need
get
to.
that. But we now acknowledge that they owned this land before us, or they were part of this land before us. We do that. Kevin Rudd's made the speech. Yeah. Brendan Nelson, the then opposition leader, tried to make an apology as well. I was horrified when they turned their back on him. I thought that was really disingenuous.
I mean, isn't that just being a bit hypocritical?
Yeah.
It's like, you know, I want you to apologise, and then it's like, F you, no, I'm not accepting it now. So we need to give a little shout out to our sponsors, which are our beautiful OV Land of the Vines. And Helene, what wine are we tasting today?
We have got the Cabernet today.
This beautiful red bottle.
It is beautiful.
That's not the one we've drunk. is it?
No,
that's still full.
I'm saying
That's
there's
still
way too
full.
much in there.
Yeah. The one behind us, the one we're drinking.
We have a lot of mulberries in there, as well as chocolate, as well as mocha sort of flavours.
Can I taste chocolate in the water?
Yes.
That's really good.
It's very palatable,
Mm.
I find. Now, with these wines, they're not available in store at the moment. We have been testing them.
Oh, we got like a little exclusive.
We
have
have. OV Land of the Vines. He actually is just a new distributor of wines. He's a new winemaker.
So where am I getting this if I wanted to follow you?
Now, the details will be at the end of the show.
We'll give you a bottle.
Oh, hurry up then. Let's get to the end of the show.
But they're very, like, I have been, in my younger years, I was a massive red wine drinker until I did the whole, I drank too much. And I've been drinking a lot of white wine. But this has been extremely easy, very smooth to drink. We've had the Cabernet Sauvignon, and now we're doing the Cabernet, and I can't wait to try the Shiraz next week. But it's still...
Does he do white wines as well? Or just the red?
The white wine will be coming out in January.
Right.
They're in the barrels as we speak.
Chardonnay and Sauvignon Blanc?
Cardinal.
Oh, mate of mine
Chardonnay.
is a big Sauvignon Blanc drinker and doesn't like Chardonnay at all.
Really?
And he's a little bit of a wine snob.
Chardonnay is supposed to be the new Sauvignon Blanc. So
We'll call him Rob because that's his name. Rob says, "Oh, don't drink Chardonnay. Chardonnay tastes like it is pressed through the feet of angry camels." That's what he believes.
Just tell us how you feel, Rob.
Yeah.
All right. So it is the time of the day that we love most, and it is Never Have I Ever. Loz.
Oh, really?
Yes. Are you ready? I'm not sure if you know this, but we have a panel, and you have to say I have and I have never.
Right.
And I'm going to ask you some questions, and there's no lying on Never Have I Ever.
Okay.
and there's no sitting on the fence
And there's no
either.
sitting on the fence. And if you've got a great story that goes along with it, we were always keen to hear it. So we'll get straight into it. Never have I ever accidentally outed a friend.
In what way? Oh, in any way.
Anyway,
Accidentally?
accidentally outed a friend.
I've done it on purpose, but not accidentally. Do you not just say that?
I don't think I have.
I
I don't think I have.
I
Helene
don't-
obviously has.
I done it on purpose.
Purposely accidentally outed a friend.
Yeah, just by accident.
I have no gaydar at all. If we're referring to that sort of thing, or I have none at all.
No.
You don't have a gaydar?
No.
Really?
I have no idea.
Oh God, I could fall over a gay and not know he's gay. I have
Really?
no idea. Yeah, because I don't. It's not something that I attune to. It's just they're just people.
I think I need to take you to a gay club.
Yeah. I'm not going to the beat.
Yes,
please.
you are. I love the beat. That's my favourite place in the world to go.
That would be funny.
That's a plug. The beat.
Right.
You're awesome.
Never have I ever cursed during an interview. It's probably one for you, Loz.
Oh,
I have.
yes.
Yeah.
I can go you one better.
Yeah.
I've cursed during a radio show.
Did you get taken off air?
No, it actually started quite badly. We were taking a football show, right? And to cut a long story short, all I had to do was key across the button here. I was panelling the show when I heard the theme. So the theme came on, and something wasn't working right. And so this guy who was the host, Tim, he's come on and going, "Oh, I heard nothing." Okay, obviously they're not ready to go. We'll go to a commercial break. Anyway, so I went to the commercial break and heard the theme again and keyed it across. Again, nothing.
Yeah.
Well, obviously they're not ready for us still. Went to a commercial break. On the third time, the guy at the host at the particular venue, after I'd heard the theme, he came on the air and didn't know the mics were on, and he said, "What sort of mumble organisation are you running here?" And I turned the mic and said, "Well, I don't think they're still not ready for it. I'll be right." And I've gone to another commercial break, did what I thought was switch the microphone off and gone, "Jesus, bloody hell, what sort of rubbish mumble organisation are they running?" I looked down, the mic was still on. So the listener has got quite a few expletives in that time.
Never have I ever lit the wrong end of a cigarette.
Oh, just a cigarette, or are we talking other stuff too?
Just a cigarette, Lee.
Gee, you know when you do it too, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
you
my
do.
Lord.
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't, for a start, it doesn't light
taste
very
good.
well.
But
and it
hang on,
tastes
have you
terrible.
been sober or drunk while doing it?
Oh, both.
Oh, you have been? Seriously?
Yeah.
Do you remember-
Both. Sometimes I just, you might pick it up out of your pocket and go.
Yeah, but do you remember the
You sit
day?
there and go, why is this not lighting?
Done it for a few times. Yeah.
Never have I ever stepped in poo barefoot. I have. I do it every day out the backyard when the kids don't clean up the poo from the dogs.
I've had.
Do you know, I think it's worse. I think it's worse if you do it in shoes, because then you've got to clean the damn shoes.
Yes.
Your feet
But at
are
least
all right.
it's not on your feet.
With your feet, you can just put it under the tap and wash it off.
Yeah.
I feel like it's between your toes.
I do have
That's
a
the
little
problem.
story with that. I had my darling niece. She stood in dog poo and she lost the plot. I've never seen somebody so distraught.
Oh, really?
Yep, in bare feet.
Never have I ever accidentally been the first person to tell the kid that Santa Claus wasn't real.
I would have loved to have been. I've only got one chance at this. I would have loved to have been.
You are so naughty.
Well, it wasn't really. It was accident. Mine was, I think, even last year or the year. I think Michaela realised, not last year, maybe the year before. I bought her, or Santa, I bought her a skateboard ramp for her birthday because she loves skateboards. And anyway, got it Christmas Day, sent it all up outside. And it probably was like a few weeks later with, the discussion came up. It may have been around Easter time because, Christmas had passed, Easter was onto us, and, you do that whole banter about Easter and goes, Mum, we know the Easter Bunny isn't real and I know Santa's not real. And I'm like mortified going, what do you think?
I can't
And she goes, because there's the ramps that Santa bought me for Christmas. I went, yeah. And she goes, why has it got ordered by T. Wrigley on the side of the sticker?
Oh,
Busted.
logic.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Totally busted.
Oh, never have I ever lied about my age.
Oh,
I think I have. Have you?
Yeah, just for fun.
Just for fun.
Fun to see if I can.
Only when I'm younger. I only went to get into the clubs when I was 15.
Oh, no.
True.
Yeah, but then after that, I never have.
I used to think I looked young for my age, but I'm at that age now. I'm 55 this year. 55 in November.
Scorpio.
And I am now actually, I think I'm actually now completely invisible to any woman under 30. You just don't. You don't
you figure
exist.
that?
You just don't exist. Do you know how you so I used to say whenever they do notice you go, you sometimes say, how old do you think I am? If that conversation comes up, and they go, oh, I don't know. You're in your 50s, you're 70. You know,
You're a senior now.
you're a senior.
Never have I ever got something for free and then pretended like you bought it to give to somebody else as a gift.
Oh, come on. Are we all being honest here? Of course I have.
I'm trying to think.
Look, can I just
yeah,
say
I
straight
have.
up? Can I
I
just
have.
say straight up? I get, or have done, you get a lot of freebies in this life. It's one of the perks. You don't get overpaid. I got to tell you, you don't get
Free stuff.
but you get a lot of free stuff. I may have re-gifted a lot of freebies over the years. I don't secretly know whether they think I do or not. But let's just say, if you get a book for Christmas, chances are, I may not have paid for that book. I would have thought about whether it suits you. May not have paid. I'll just say that straight up front.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I have.
Yeah, I have. It's always booze, isn't it?
Well, I don't know. I get some stuff that you sit there going, oh God, thank you so much, and you're just sitting there going, oh, who I can gift that to. I used to do it all the time with the kids because Michaela has never been a girly girl, so whenever she's had birthday
so
parties,
nice dresses or Barbie dolls or
she's gotten girly stuff and she doesn't like it, so it goes up the top of the cupboard. And when she gets invited to a party. You just pull something out of the cupboard that she was got. Yeah.
Oh,
That's great.
Thank you so much, guys, for being so. Loz, I
My
need you to
pleasure.
do your little thing that you do on the radio. Where is it? News, talk, and music. You love, go.
News Talk and the music.
No, you can do
you
it nice
love.
and loud.
Oh, News Talk and the music you love. This has been Wine O'Clock, the Wine O'Clock show, presented by Land of the Vines. Can I find out where we get it now?
no, not until the
It's going to show up on the screen.
yeah.
It really shows up on the screen.
Yes.
I love that. You guys are so efficient on this show.
Tam's very clever.
Amazing. You're amazing.
Thank you so much for
Oh,
joining
my
us
pleasure.
today.
Can I come back?
Yeah,
Do I
absolutely.
get to come back every week?
You can come back every week. Yes, cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers, and have a great weekend.
You too.
Well, that's a wrap here on the Wine O'Clock show, and a big thank you to our special guest, Laurie Atlas, for joining us on The Couch. Be sure to tune in every Friday at 5 p.m. here on Facebook to catch the show, and don't forget to like the Wine O'Clock Facebook page along the way. All that's left to do now is to grab yourself some more wine and have a fabulous weekend.